araw ay hangad nating maisipalan ang kasalayang hindi may tatangging ang bawat paglipas ng taon ay nasasasukan natin ang tabi-kabilang suliraning
Mali si Edison eh.
ay ng bawat isa. Maaaring ang mga ito ay may kinalaman
Dapat
sa
ngayon siya ngayon niya siya nagpasab
kalusugan, agrikultura,
para sa ValNat ako.
teknolohiya at iba pa. At sa mga suliraning ito ay higit na hinihingi ang malawakang pag-alam sa
naway maging maayos at matagumpayan ang
Hello?
pag-aaral na aming gagawin sa patawarin na po kami sa amin ng pagkula at pagkakasala. At sa
Naku, nakahubot yung ano niyan. Kasi inugot yan dahil nagka-problema kami sa internet nung ano. Oo. Sige.
Welcome to Valenzuela Live for General Mathematics. I am Mr. Pingal from National High School. Our lesson today is about basic concepts of stocks and funds. Our objective,
Defining targets. At the end of the lesson, the learner should be able to illustrate stocks and bonds, distinguish between stocks and bonds, describe the different markets
Sino may
for stocks and bonds,
National Anthem.
analyze the different market indices for stocks
Kaya
and
nagpe-play ng
bonds.
National Anthem.
And for our first activity,
Bakit may
we have
National
5
Anthem?
seconds to type your answer in the chat box.
Ay,
Number
nang
1.
yan. Anong class?
Stocks are
Hindi
shares
tayo
in the
uniform.
ownership of a company. 5 seconds.
Isang beses lang dapat yun eh.
If your answer is true, then you are correct. Stocks are units of ownership in a company, also known as shares of stock or equities. When you buy a share of stock, you're purchasing a partial ownership stake in a company. Number 2, stocks provide a guaranteed fixed income. 5 seconds. If your answer is false, then you are correct. Stock prices vary every day. Investors can earn if the stock prices increase, but they can lose money if the stock prices decrease, worsen, or if the company goes bankrupt. Bonds can guarantee fixed income. Number 3, bond is a form of raising money by borrowing from investors. 5 seconds. If your answer is true, then you are correct. Bond is a form of debt financing or raising money by borrowing from investors. Number 4, in case of bankruptcy, the shareholder has the first claim on the assets over the bondholder. 5 seconds. If your answer is false, then you are correct. Because bondholders have a higher claim on the issuing company's assets in the event of bankruptcy. In other words, if the company must sell or liquidate its assets, any proceeds will go to bondholders before common stockholders. Number 5, bondholders can vote in the institution's annual meeting. If your answer is false, then you are correct. Bondholders do not vote in the institution's annual meeting but first to claim in the institution's earnings. A common shareholder can cast votes at the company's annual meeting. What are stocks and bonds? Stocks are shares that a company sold to an individual or another company. It is share in the ownership of the company. Imagine this. If you purchase a share of stock in Facebook, that means you own a small portion of the company. You are not considered a stockholder or shareholder because you own a fraction of the company. Cool, right? Stocks may be bought or sold in a stock market. The Philippine Stock Exchange, Incorporated or PSE, is the national stock exchange of our country. If you own stocks in a company, then you will receive dividends, which is your share in the company's profit. The dividend you will receive is based on the number of stocks or shares you own. Thus, the larger the stocks you own, the greater the dividends you will get. There are two types of stock: common stock and preferred stock. Owners of common stock may vote for company directors and attend annual stockholders meetings. At these meetings, they have the chance to review the company's yearly performance and its future plans and to present their own ideas. While owners of preferred stock do not usually have voting rights or the right to attend stockholders meetings, they do, however, have priority when dividends are paid. The dividends on preferred stocks are paid according to a set rate, while the dividends on common stocks fluctuate according to the company's performance. So why do companies sell stocks, and why do people or companies buy them? Companies sell stocks to gain revenue, to build and grow the company. On the other hand, people buy stocks to invest. Let's know more about stocks. Dividend is the share in the company's profit. Dividend per share is the ratio of the dividends to the number of shares. Stock market is a place where stocks can be bought or sold. The Philippine Stock Exchange governs the stock market in the Philippines. Let's know more about stocks. Prime. Examples on stocks. Computing dividends. Let's have problem number 1. A certain soft drinks company sold 500,000 shares of common stock to stockholders. The company declared a dividend of 30 million pesos at the end of the year. How much is the dividend per share of common stocks? Let's have the given. Given, total dividend is equal to 30 million pesos. Total shares is equal to 500,000. Find the dividend per share. Dividend per share is equal to the total dividend over the total shares. So, 300 shares of stock with a par value of 400 pesos. How much dividend will you receive? Given, dividend percentage is equal to 2.5%. Number of shares is equal to 300 and par value equivalent to 400 pesos. Find the dividend. Dividend is equal to dividend percentage times par value times the number of shares. So dividend, by substituting the given values, is equivalent to 0.025 from 2.5% multiplied by 400 multiplied by 300, and that will give us the dividend equivalent to 3,000 pesos. Computing stock yield ratio. Fly Airlines is currently selling at 2,500 pesos per share. If the earnings per share is 150 pesos, what is the current yield of stock? Given, market value is equal to 2,500 pesos, 6%. Let's go now to bonds. Bonds are certificates that promise to pay a fixed rate of interest. A person who buys a bond is not buying ownership in a company, but is lending the company money. The bond is the company's promise to repay that money at the end of a certain time. In return for lending the company money, the bondholder is paid interest. The price of a bond is the price of the bond at purchase time, denoted by capital letter P. Know more about bonds? The face value of a bond is the price that the issuer pays at the time of maturing bonds. Number 1. Determine the amount of the semi-annual coupon for a bond which have a face value of 300,000 pesos that pays 10% payable semi-annually for its coupons. Given, face value is equivalent to 300,000 pesos. Coupon rate is 10%. Find the annual coupon amount. Annual coupon amount is equal to face value times coupon rate. Substituting the values, annual amount or annual coupon amount is equal to 300,000 pesos times 0.1, which is equivalent to 30,000 pesos. And for the semi-annual coupon amount, that is equal to 30,000 divided by 2 because it is payable twice in a year. So therefore, the semi-annual coupon amount is equal to 15,000 pesos. Let us check your understanding, guys. Number 1, true or false? People who invest in stocks cannot lose their money. 5 seconds. If your answer is false, then you are correct. In reality, all investments carry some degree of risk. Stocks can lose value, even all their value, if market conditions sour. Number 2, true or false? Mark bought 100 shares of stock. Each share sold for 350 pesos. If no fees were involved, Mark would pay 35,000 pesos for the shares. True or false? If your answer is true, then you are correct. 350 pesos per share multiplied by 100 shares is equal to 35,000 pesos. Number 3, multiple choice. Which of the following is also called bonds interest rate? Letter A, par value. B, coupon rate. C, face value. D, fair price. 5 seconds. If your answer is B, then you are correct. Number 4, multiple choice again. How can people earn money from stocks? Letter A, by buying stock from an investment banker. B, by selling the stock for a higher price than the price they paid for the stock. C, by buying stock from a known friend. D, by selling the stock for the same price as the price they paid for the stock. 5 seconds. If your answer is B, then you are correct. For your assignment, answer assessment on page 16 of your quarter 2 module. Once again, this is Mr. Elino Pingal saying God bless you. Thank you for watching. Huli ka na. Good day, learners. Welcome to Valenzuela Live for General Mathematics. I am Mr. Elino Pingal from Valenzuela National High School. Our lesson for today is about basic concepts of stocks and bonds. Our objective, defining targets. At the end of the lesson, the learner should be able to illustrate stocks and bonds, distinguish between stocks and bonds, describe the different markets for stocks and bonds, analyze the different market indices for stocks and bonds. And for our first activity, you have 5 seconds to type your answer in the chat box. Number 1. Stocks are shares in the ownership of a company. 5 seconds. If your answer is true, then you are correct. Stocks are units of ownership in a company, also known as shares of stock or equities. When you buy a share of stock, you're purchasing a partial ownership stake in a company. Number 2, stocks provide a guaranteed fixed income. 5 seconds. If your answer is false, then you are correct. Stock prices vary every day. Investors can earn if the stock prices increase, but they can lose money if the stock prices decrease, worsen, or if the company goes bankrupt. Bonds can guarantee fixed income.
Hello! Cheers to year 2021. Welcome to another episode of Learning with Me. How are you today? I hope you are excited to learn something new. Let us welcome the new online learners who are able to join us today, and I give thanks to those who are still with me since session 1. For this morning's virtual session, we will be guided with the following most essential learning competencies. Distinguishes types of speeches according to delivery, and uses principles of effective speech delivery in different situations. A quick recall, what are the different speeches according to purpose? Please type it on the comment box below. Are you already with me, virtual learners? We have discussed that for 3 consecutive meetings. I'm going to give you a clue. We have 3 types. I am waiting. Oh, I'm seeing responses. Great! We have entertainment, persuasive, and informative speech. Good memory. An informative speech provides the audience with a clear understanding or the concept or idea. An entertainment speech, on the other hand, provides the audience with amusement. For a persuasive speech, it provides the audience with well-argued ideas that can influence their own beliefs and decisions. Aside from these types, we're also going to discuss further about the types of speech according to delivery. They are manuscript speech, memorized speech, impromptu speech, and extemporaneous speech. We've already discussed the overview of these 4 types in the previous meetings, but this time around, allow me to discuss them further. But to stimulate your brain cells and get your attention, let us have this 5-item quiz about the type of speeches according to purpose. Ready? Let's start. Here is the direction. Identify